Welcome to the Ego Vehicles service video for removing, installing, and adjusting your rear wheel. If you're like most people, adjusting your rear wheel can be a daunting task. No! But alas, it does not need to be so, and this video will show you just how simple this can be. You'll need to get your Ego cycle off the ground. Please refer to the introduction service video for pointers on how to do so. First, feel the tension on your belt. When you reinstall the wheel, you'll want to replicate this tension. Disengage your rear caliper brake by squeezing the top of the arms together and removing the brake cable. Using a 15mm wrench, remove both the left and right axle nuts. Then, with a 10mm wrench, loosen the right and left side adjuster nuts to where the adjuster assembly can be removed from the axle and the belt can slide off the side of the rear wheel gear. Holding the belt out of the way, pull the rear wheel out of the tail of the Ego cycle. Your rear wheel is now free. While the wheel is free, we recommend checking the 6 bolts that hold the rear gear onto the wheel. Over time they may become loose, causing a sound like this. Snug those babies up in a star pattern and the noise will disappear. It's time to reinstall the rear wheel. First, loop the secondary belt around the jack shaft pulley inside the Ego. Then, place a washer on the right axle of the rear wheel. This washer will go inside the chassis. With the secondary belt properly seated on the inside secondary jack shaft gear, hold the secondary belt to the side and up in order to replace the rear wheel. Making sure the washer is inside the chassis, seat the right and then left axle inside the grooves. It may be difficult and awkward with the belt in the way, and a good thump on the rear wheel may be all you need to set the wheel in place. If it is exceptionally tight to do so, the belt is not seated properly on the inside gear. You can double check this through the battery compartment. Replace the tension assembly on the right and left side, but do not tighten them yet. Finger tighten the 15mm axle nuts on either side to keep the black tension assembly in the groove. The following is very important. To retension and align your rear wheel, first tighten the right side tension nut to where the belt tension was originally. I like to run my belt slightly tighter to prevent skipping. Once the tension is where it should be, leave the right tension nut alone. Don't touch it, hands off. If you were to turn the bike on and turn the throttle, the belt will either run into the wheel causing a noise like this, or it will run off the gear. The left side tension nut is for alignment only. If the belt is running into the wheel, tighten the left side tension nut. If the belt is running off of the gear, loosen the left side tension nut. If you loosen the left tension nut and the black plate is loose, you must smack the rear wheel on the right hand side to set the axle to where it should be. The black plate will no longer be loose. While adjusting the belt alignment using only the left side tension nut, frequently turn your Ego cycle on and turn the throttle to see where the belt is on the rear gear. One trick I like to use is to start out with the belt running into the wheel. While holding the throttle open at a slow speed, I tighten the left axle tension nut until I see the belt just barely pull away from the flange on the rear wheel gear. Once properly adjusted, tighten the left and right 15mm axle nuts. To test your Ego cycle, accelerate quickly going downhill. Release your throttle abruptly. If you hear a skipping noise, your secondary or primary belt may need to be tightened. Enjoy riding, and remember, always wear a helmet.